Hi folks, I have a confession to make. I've broken into Lachlan from Passion for Sound's studio and I'm recording this right here, right now, and he's paying for all the electricity. I've got the aircon on full blast, I've got all 12 heaters up on high, I've got the coffee machine on permanent barista mode, every single one of his tube amps on, and I found this funny... Oh, no, it doesn't matter, sorry. Moving on, this second review video is by a company called Simphonio, who emailed about a month ago and said, Andrew, we saw your reviews. Would you like to review our new Charm headphones? I was thinking I don't know Simphonio at all, but I did what every responsible reviewer does, and I said yes immediately. And then I panic researched like a brush-tailed possum in a stinky old scraps bin. Turns out Simphonio have been around for since 2007, heavy on research and development, and mostly known for their high-end IEMs. And the Charm's their first over-ear headphone. So this quest is pretty simple. Are these just an IEM company headphone, or did they actually nail it first go? Let's deep dive and have a look. We'll get our oral hands dirty by starting with the box. This fella here, nice big black box with the silver version on the front. They look spectacular. Opening it up, we have, I'll move the box across, a moulded hard case, not some generic I hold cables and regret. Actually get a proper moulded head case. It's small. Inside is the headphones. Now, this is the black edition. I was hoping for the silver, but in hindsight, I reckon the black look fantastic. You also get a... It's going to make a liar of me next. It's sitting behind me, but I'll get it later on in the B-roll video. A nice white braided modular cable, 4.4mm with a 3mm adapter. And also an extra spare pair of foam pads. The pads on the actual headphones are leather. Very easy to replace to Velcro, which is fantastic. You can see they've got a bit of extra depth at the back, which sort of helps with staging and openness, airiness. The cable is about 1 to 1.2 meters long. I much prefer a 2 meter cable. One's a little bit short for me, but this is really Olympic level nitpicking, so I won't go too far into that. These things are a 70mm planar magnetic design. You can see they're very small, almost deceptively small. I really get a sort of a Finell vibe. It's like the D8000s and the D7000s had a little heavy metal baby and produced these guys. I really like the look of them. The headband, the suspension strap's lovely, leather suspension strap. This is a little bit thin. It may, I don't know if it's going to bend or crease or crack over time. The clicking mechanism is, as you'd expect, it's clicky. It's good. Holes in the pads are lovely. They're big enough for my ears. And they've got plenty of room for big or small heads. As I said with the Velcro, or the pads, they're a Velcro system. I think that should be standard, industry standard. It really should be. That's fantastic. When you're trying to roll the pad over my big fat fingers, it just doesn't work. So I think Velcro or a clicky system is wonderful. With them on, you can throw your head around. There's no movement at all until you stand up like an idiot. Ask me how I know. Sorry. Moving on, they're $330 US. As I said, they're 70mm planar. They're impedance of 16 ohm with a sensitivity of 105 decibels. Translation, they don't need a bloody nuclear reactor to drive them. There's no power tantrums. There's no sort of, oh, sorry, mate, this only wakes up on a 14k amp. They go with anything. They really do. I've had them on my DAP, my Hybrid R6 Pro 2 2025 DAP, and they sound magnificent on that, as well as my Ione S17 Pro Evo amp with Gustard R30 DAC and Eversolo DMP-A6 streamer as the source, streaming Tidal. Sounds fantastic on all of them. Pad rolling does actually matter here. As I said, they came with foam extra pads. I didn't like these at all. I'm not a huge fan of foam pads anyway. I love the sort of leather. But the foam pads, there was a clear difference. The vocals were pulled back. The timbre became less natural. Bass dropped. And everything sort of thinned out a little bit. The leather pads, excuse me. That's really embarrassing. I have to edit that out. I might forget to. Leather pads had much fuller bass. Mid bass was richer. The mids were weightier and more natural. They were more forward, much more forward than they were on the these pads. They were quite thin and pulled back, the mids on the foam pads. And everything felt more cohesive. I swapped back and forth a number of times, the leather one every single time. So I did the rest of the review with the leather pads. Sound-wise, warning, this playlist may leave a metallic taste in your mouth. Let's start with Metallica. One, which is my staging song every single time. It's the helicopters come... I'm going to put them on just so you can hear it. No, joking. The helicopters come on, they come left, and they, on a really good pair of headphones, they'll go round behind my ears and they'll come out right on the right-hand side. On these, they came out sort of just outside the headphones, and they did go reasonably well behind my back. They didn't just go flat. So there is a proper sort of 3D staging. It's not just wide and it's not just flat. There is actually a sort of 3D dimensionality to it. And on the rest of the song, guitars were clean and vibrant and very resolving. The mid-bass punch is very strong. These aren't sub-bass cavern type headphones. They're not bass cannons, but the bass is well controlled and satisfying, particularly for a planar magnetic. When it goes full thrash chaos, as one does, there is a bit of congestion, but that's the track in an audio bar fight. Jocks on meth versus nerds in jocks type thing. It's just crazy. On to TNT 7Cs, Norwegian 80s hair metal band. The Storm intro surrounds you nicely, and when the bass guitar comes in, it's clean, it's powerful, beautifully separated from the mids. Tony Harnell's vocals are extremely high-pitched, but the charms are completely free of harshness. They sit right in the middle. They're not pushed forward or recessed. They really are just well put together. For an early 80s recording, this sounds cohesive, energetic, and very listenable, and exciting and punchy. We're on to Sonata Arctica, one of my favourite Finnish speed power metal bands, Blinded No More. This is where it clicks. These are mid-range focus, I'd say, with their tuning. Bass is wonderful, treble's wonderful, but I think they've got probably a slight coloration, and it probably is the mid-forward and maybe a tad treble. Vocals on Blinded No More are full, rich, without getting shouty or honky in any way. Treble feels a touch relaxed on this song, which makes sort of long listening very, very easy. Overall, it's a weighty, musical, not analytical, but not fatiguing sound. But don't get me wrong, resolution is still there, and it's excellent. Our final song, Nightwish, I Want My Tears Back. I think everyone knows what Nightwish. This track shows the Charms at probably their most balanced. Big drums, rich bass, layered instrumentation, soaring vocals, and it's all presented cleanly and naturally. Vocals aren't pushed forward here. They sit exactly where they should do. It's a great reminder that the charms adapt to the track rather than having everything forcing into one fixed sort of tuning style. I did do a comparison, and I can put that in the B-roll as well. I chose my Sivga SV023s for price. They are a dynamic driver and they are 300 ohms, so very different headphones. But I chose them because I love the sound from the SV023s, and I thought they might be a little bit similar because the SV023s have that sort of that warm mid-range as well. So we went toe-to-toe. The Sivgas are, as I said, a 300 ohm, 50 millimeter dynamic driver, and they're right up there with sensitivity too. I think they're 105 decibels, and I think they're about the $449 mark. And if I'm wrong, I'll put it in there. Build and comfort are basically a tie. I love the wood cups on the SV023s. I love wood, I really do. I just love wooden amplifiers. I love wooden headphones. But the metal final look really does capture my heart. I really like that. Sound-wise, the Charms have more clarity, better resolution, more punch, and more sort of get one up you. SV023s are more relaxed, they're more mellow, more sort of melt into your chair, pull out your pipe, have a brandy, and just chill. They're different flavours, they really are. If you want excitement and sort of more energetic, go the Charms. If you want that sort of more relaxed, chilled out listen, go the SV023s. I can highly recommend both. And if you said to me, Andrew, choose one pair, I'd struggle to do it. And if someone chose it for me, it'd be like, yep, I'm happy with that. Happy with either. So overall signature, I'd say the Charms have a good controlled and punchy mid-bass. They have very rich, liquid, weighty mids and a clean extended treble without any harshness. They do have a 3D staging, which is not massive. It's good staging, but not huge. But it is a bit 3D, which is nice. It does sort of go around a bit rather than just left to right. They're not bass cannons. They're not stadium soundstage monsters, but they are coherent, they're resolving, and they're fun. And honestly, they're a bit addictive. So for Simphonio's first ever headphone, they didn't just enter the market, they smashed through the front gates. They knocked over security and spewed forth a bloody good product, in my opinion. I can highly recommend these, especially at $330 US. I think they're a really good first set of cans. I don't know if I said it before, but they're small, but they're quite weighty. They feel really premium as I'm holding them. So I'd like to thank Simphonio for this opportunity. I've honestly had a ball reviewing these. I've had a lot of fun time listening to metal. I chucked some classical and some IEM as well, but I wanted to sort of focus and see if they'd handle metal. As always, I'm listening with my ears and my gear, not yours. Your mileage may vary. And thanks for your support, folks. It really means a great deal. I'll put all the links in the description. Please like and subscribe. It means the world. Thank you.